Kelsey, let me know when we're good to go, okay?
Recording in progress.
Alright, now we are joined by Arike Ogunbowale and Teaira Mccowan. Start with questions in the room first, then we'll head over to Zoom. Isaac, if you'd like to be the surrogate for Miss Dorothy again, please start us off.
This one's from Dorothy. She lost her voice. Arike, just talk about what this win means to you as a player, and as Tremel has called you, the franchise player of this team.
It's definitely big. I mean, getting drafted, obviously, you know, Dallas didn't have a great record before, and, you know, we struggled a little bit over the years, but it's all about, you know, the journey and, you know, to finally get here, get to the semifinals after 5 years, me being on this team. It's amazing, and definitely, you know, wouldn't want to do it with another group.
Teaira, this team, first team in WNBA playoff history to have 7 players in double figures. Can you kind of talk about, for you, when you're out there on the court, knowing that the bench is coming in, you got some depth on this team. Talk to me about the bench and this whole team effort tonight.
I love my bench. They do so much for us. I mean, just coming in, we know it's never going to be a drop-off. They work so hard in practice. I give them all their flowers. And they just come in, they know what to do. We don't have to really, you know, tell them, you know, to do as much. But we don't have to hype them up either. So, like, they come in, they know what they're supposed to do. So, yeah, love you, bench.
Arike, there was a stretch there in the second quarter where you really took over 5 straight possessions, scored on 3 of them, assisted on the 2 others. What was your mindset during that stretch to really take over and make it your game?
I don't know, just playing basketball. I wasn't, you know, really thinking much, just being aggressive, playing my game, and, you know, trying to execute, you know, however I could.
That final basket that got y'all over 100 points, the players on the bench were all celebrating, really happy. Just walk me through that moment where it finally clicked, like, we're moving on.
It was amazing. I mean, just especially, you know, when the stars came out and the bench was in, I think they scored like 10, 12 points. Like, they just scored every possession, and, you know, that's really Dallas basketball. Like she said, there is no drop-off when we sub. There's still, you know, 5 players that could probably, you know, start on another team, play a lot of minutes on another team. We just have depth. So definitely amazing to see them go out there and execute, and, you know, we wanted to get 100, so that was definitely exciting for us.
We good in the room?
Andy, I go.
Go ahead, man.
Teaira, you gave your teammates flowers. What about yourself? I mean, you double-double both games, over 14 rebounds both games, 2 blocks both games. Just your performance under the bright lights, how do you feel?
You're right. I don't give myself enough credit, but I did good. I did good. But it's credit to my teammates. You know, they put me in the best position possible. And I just go out and get every rebound. They be challenging me to go get rebounds, so I just go out there and do it. And I also like rebounding, so rebounding. So yeah, that's just something.
And T is one of the best bigs in the league. Like, she gets fouled honestly every possession, and, you know, sometimes it's not being seen, and, you know, she just keeps a straight face and keeps playing. And these last really like 4 games, she's been super dominant, and that's what we need from her. But she's been doing a lot for us. You know, we get second chances because of her. You know, she puts it back in when we miss it. You know, I'm gonna put it up. She be ready for my shot.
Oh, we know Reek gonna get them.
I'm gonna put them up, period. But
Yeah.
she gonna be there. I know I got my team having my back. So T's been amazing for us.
If Teaira was fouled every time you said she was, how many would she average?
She probably averaged like, she probably averaged like 25, 30.
Okay, team morale is at an all-time high right now. How are y'all feeling going into Vegas this weekend?
We feel good. I mean, our plan was to handle business against Atlanta, so we, you know, had a couple extra days off and before we got ready for Vegas. But obviously, everybody knows Vegas. You know, the best team in the league, one of the best teams in the league. But it's a new season. You know, regardless of what their record was during the season, you know, we're going into the series 0-0, and it's the best team that wins these next, you know, 3 games. So that's all we're focused on. Not the past, but, you know, what's going on at the time.
Last one from Dorothy. What did it mean for y'all to be playing in front of a lot of Mavs current and former players, just to have that support?
I think it's dope. I mean, I think, you know, over the years it's kind of been separate, but I think this past year, especially with the new thing that we have with Mavs, and they just been supporting us. Sent has been at a lot of games, you know, courtside. We've had a lot of Mavs players come and support us, and then obviously having Dirk and who's that?
Mike Finley, and Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Mike and Jason come to our game and support us in courtside. That's big, and just bringing women's basketball and obviously men's basketball NBA together, because we are a family living here in Dallas, and we'll be here for a long time. So it's definitely dope that they've been supporting us all season.
And Arike, you talked a little bit about your matchup with Vegas this weekend. Obviously, there's going to be adjustments, different team, but what would you like to see carry over from this series from your team into heading into that series with Vegas?
I would say defensive intensity and moving the ball side to side. I think when we were moving the ball from left to right, we always ended up with an open shot because we have a lot of weapons. 1 through 5 can score at any given time. So passing up good shots for great shots and just playing together, keeping the same team chemistry.
Last one here with Tyler.
For either one of
Before
you,
Zoom.
we saw LT's emotions on the sideline winning that game. We saw the locker room celebration with the champagne, and the message was we're not done yet in that locker room. Take me through those emotions, the champagne celebration, and that message that you guys were feeling in the locker room.
I would just say that we're taking in the moment right now, not to get too high but not to get too low, but also just like you celebrate tonight, you take your 2 off days, and then you move on to the next. You kind of put it behind us. So I think that was good for the moment, but we still got business to handle.
All right, let's go to Sabrina on Zoom, please.
Hey, congratulations, guys. Teaira, just looking ahead to Vegas a little bit, obviously you played in big games against Asia Wilson for a very long time. Is it about playing against her that stands out to you?
We're both great players. She goes at her points, I go at mine as well. So, that's going to be a great matchup all around. But I think, she has to guard me and I also have to guard her. So I think it just bounce it out and we're going to make do what it do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Mike Vogel.
Yeah, Arike, as great a scorer as you've been, it feels like your playmaking just continues to get better and better. I wonder if you could sort of talk about that and how you've grown that aspect of your game and really taken advantage of the post play that you guys have.
Yeah, I definitely think I've grown with that. Just watching film and seeing how teams have guarded me. There's different schemes every night. Obviously, they have to pay a lot of attention to me, but having players like T, Satu, Natasha that I can hit anytime and I know they'll score, it makes it easier for me. So I think this year assists went up because we have a lot of great players that are really playing well. So definitely I think I've gotten better, but the team around me has gotten better too, and they've made it easy for me.
Thank you.
Christian, go ahead. Christian, you got a question? Rafiq, go ahead, Rafiq.
Rafiq, you're muted.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Congratulations on making it to the second round. My first question for Teaira. You managed to put up about 16 rebounds in this victory. How impressed are you with your own ability to be aggressive and getting the rebounds and contribution to this victory?
That's what I do. I go in there and I rebound. That's just me. I'm known for rebounding, playing defense. So, yeah.
All right, I got one more that was sent to me for both of you. Handed Vegas their second loss back in the regular season. What has changed about our team since that meeting, and what have you seen in your matchups against them?
What's changed? I think we've gotten better just with time and situations and execution. Not always taking fast shots. Obviously, there will be some quick shots. We have players that can go one-on-one, but definitely taking our time to execute. And the matchup is tough. I think we're pretty evenly matched. They have, a lot of great players, but we have a lot of great players as well. We have all-stars. We have players that could be all-stars. We have, dominant players. So it's really just about, who can really hold the best defense and execute the most. It's not really about skill, because I think we're pretty evenly matched with skill, but it's really about execution, especially in the playoffs. But like I said, no matter what has happened in the regular season, it's a new season. No matter what our matchups were, it's a new season, new matchups. So we just got to lock in on these next 3, 4, whatever games we go to.
Thanks, Arike. Thanks, T. Thanks, everyone in here.
Good night.
See y'all back here Friday.